These lightweight items, made of polished wood, were discovered in a drawer of a multi-drawer organizer that was purchased at a second-hand store. Each piece features ingrained circular designs on one side and, significantly, has 7 holes bored completely through it. A standard Bic lighter is pictured next to them for size comparison. An initial Google Lens search suggested they might be humbuckers or pickup covers for guitars, but guitar experts in an online forum disagreed with those results. What are these distinctive wooden pieces with multiple holes and decorative designs? These polished wooden items are identified as bead spacers, specifically used in various forms of bead crafting, jewelry making, and decorative stringing projects. When creating necklaces, bracelets, lanyards, or other beaded items, spacers like these serve multiple purposes. They can be used to separate larger or more prominent focal beads, add visual texture and interest to the overall design, help the finished piece drape or hang correctly, or contribute to a specific pattern or color scheme. The presence of 7 holes through each piece allows for complex stringing patterns, the creation of multi-strand designs, or the attachment of other decorative elements. The ingrained circular designs are purely ornamental, enhancing their aesthetic appeal as crafting components. Appearing seemingly overnight and spreading across a garden is this white, often web-like or cottony substance. It was not visible the previous day, and its sudden proliferation is causing concern for the garden's plants. The finder is wondering if this growth is detrimental to their plants and how it could have appeared so rapidly. What is this unexpected white substance manifesting in the garden? This white, web-like substance is most likely mycelium, which is the vegetative, root-like network of a fungus. Mycelium is composed of a vast mass of fine, branching, thread-like hyphae. It is a natural and often highly beneficial component of healthy soil ecosystems. Its primary role is in the decomposition of organic matter, such as wood chips, fallen leaves, compost, dead roots, and other plant debris. The sudden and rapid appearance of visible mycelium on the soil surface or on mulch can often be triggered by favorable environmental conditions, particularly periods of high moisture, after rain or watering, combined with suitable temperatures. In most garden situations, this mycelial growth is harmless to living plants and actually contributes positively to soil health by breaking down organic material, releasing essential nutrients, and improving soil structure. This metal cylinder is found set into the wall of an 1800s house. It is further distinguished by the presence of a small lever and a flap, suggesting an interactive mechanism. Given its age and in-wall installation, what is this antique communication device? This metal cylinder with an accompanying lever and flap is identified as a component of an old-fashioned communication system known as a speaking tube or voice pipe. In the era before the advent of electric intercoms and telephones, these ingenious devices were commonly used in larger houses, mansions, businesses, and even ships to facilitate voice communication between different rooms, floors, or sections of a building. One person would speak clearly into the mouthpiece at one end of the tube system. Their voice would then travel acoustically through the network of pipes, which were typically hidden within the walls or run along surfaces, to a listener stationed at the other end, who would place their ear to a similar outlet. The flap likely covered the opening when not in use to prevent drafts or insects, and the lever might have operated a small whistle or bell mechanism to signal the person in the other room that someone wished to speak. Discovered near a stream, this metal container is approximately the size of a standard brick. Its top appears to be crimped on, indicating a sealed unit, and it features 4 holes in the top, which may have originally contained rubber grommets for sealing around connections. The container feels as though it was once hollow, but now contains some amount of sediment. What is this robust, brick-sized metal canister, likely from a vehicle or piece of machinery? This metal container is identified as a fuel filter, most likely from a large truck, piece of heavy construction equipment, or agricultural machinery. Diesel engines in particular utilize substantial and robust fuel filters to remove particulate matter, water, and other contaminants from the fuel before it reaches the sensitive components of the engine's injection system. These filters are typically designed as sealed canister units made of metal for durability. The holes on top would have been for the fuel inlet and outlet connections, allowing fuel to pass through the internal filter media. Fuel filters are consumable items that are replaced periodically as part of routine maintenance. Finding one discarded near a stream suggests improper disposal, and the sediment inside would be the accumulated dirt, rust, and fuel residues trapped by the filter during its operational life. Observed on a street-facing window of a building in Chicago is a peculiar concave, lens-like divot or defect in the glass surface. The finder is attempting to determine whether this mark has a specific purpose, perhaps as part of the window's design, or if it is merely the result of someone attempting to repair a previously chipped window. What is the likely cause of this distinctive, localized imperfection on the window pane? This concave divot, or lens-like mark in the window glass, is almost invariably the result of an impact from a projectile fired by a BB gun or a pellet gun. When a small, hard projectile, like a BB or pellet, strikes a pane of glass at sufficient velocity, it can create a characteristic type of damage. This often manifests as a small, conical crater, a Hertzian cone fracture, or a star-like fracture pattern, frequently with a central pit or divot where the main impact occurred. This type of damage is unfortunately common, often resulting from acts of vandalism, accidental discharges, or stray shots in urban and suburban areas. It is not a purposeful design feature of the window, nor is it a standard method for repairing chipped glass. It is simply impact damage. Found resting on a radiator in a public toilet in Sweden, this blue plastic object is approximately 15 centimeters in length. Its presence in such a location, combined with its material and shape, suggests it is a component related to public restroom dispensers or supplies. What is this specific blue plastic piece? This blue plastic item is an insert or core from certain types of commercial or industrial-sized toilet paper rolls, specifically those designed for use in public restroom dispensers. Many high-capacity toilet paper dispensers utilize proprietary roll sizes and core designs to ensure compatibility, and sometimes to control dispensing or reduce pilferage. These plastic inserts or cores are designed to fit specific dispenser mechanisms, allowing the large roll to spin freely and smoothly as paper is pulled. When the toilet paper roll is completely used up, this plastic core is what remains and is typically discarded by cleaning staff. It's common for these to be left behind or fall out of the dispenser when the roll is finished. This tool consists of a round, orange-colored steel bar measuring 13 inches in length. One end of the bar features a frayed black synthetic sleeve, which is attached with electrical tape. This sleeve exhibits a behavior similar to that of a Chinese finger trap, tightening its grip when pulled. The steel bar itself bears stamped markings, R34 3-16 on one side and OI-1232 on the other. What is this specialized tool with a distinctive gripping sleeve, likely used in electrical or cabling work? This tool is identified as a type of cable pulling grip, sometimes also referred to as a fish tape leader or a wire pulling sock. It is commonly used by electricians, telecommunications technicians, or cable installers. The synthetic sleeve, which constricts and tightens its grip on a wire or cable when tension is applied, much like a Chinese finger trap, is designed to securely hold the end of the wire or cable. The sturdy steel bar provides a robust attachment point for a fish tape, pull rope, or winch line. This allows electricians to safely and effectively pull wires and cables through conduits, wall cavities, ceiling spaces, or other confined and often challenging pathways without the cable slipping out of the grip or becoming damaged. The stamped markings are likely manufacturer codes or part numbers. This concrete structure, comparable in size to a football pylon, is embedded very deep into the ground in a location in the southeastern United States. It is distinctively engraved with the letters PW and is situated approximately 5 feet away from a water meter. What is the purpose of this permanent, official-looking concrete marker? This concrete marker is identified as a highway right-of-way, ROAD marker. State highway departments and other transportation authorities use these permanent monuments to clearly demarcate the boundaries of land that is owned or controlled by the public entity, for the purpose of constructing, maintaining, and operating roads and highways. The engraving PW could stand for Public Works, Property Way, or another designation specific to the local highway authority or the particular project for which it was installed. While their placement is intended to be accurate, surveyors sometimes note discrepancies. Nevertheless, their official purpose is to provide a lasting physical indication of the limits of the public right-of-way along a roadway, which is important for property owners and utility planning. Nili, measuring about 5 inches in width, this tool features a wooden handle that is mounted onto a gray plastic base. The working surface of the base consists of some type of textured screen, or pad, which is held in place by a metal band. What is this specific tool, commonly associated with a particular artistic printmaking technique? This tool is definitively identified as a baron, an essential hand tool used in various forms of relief printmaking, most notably linoleum block printing, also known as linocut, and woodcut printing. After the design has been carved into the linoleum or wood block, and ink has been evenly applied to the raised surfaces, a sheet of paper is carefully laid on top of the inked block. The baron, with its smooth, often slightly yielding or specifically textured underside, the screen part, is then gripped by its handle and rubbed firmly and evenly over the entire back surface of the paper. This action transfers the ink from the raised areas of the block to the paper, creating the print. The wooden handle provides a comfortable grip for applying consistent pressure, which is crucial for achieving a clear and well-inked impression. Observed attached to an organ pipe within a church, this white, round object was seen to be glowing and steadily blinking on and off. The blinking pattern did not appear to correlate with or change when music was being played on the organ. Given its location and electronic nature, what is this blinking device likely to be? This blinking white round device is identified as a Wi-Fi bridge, or potentially a wireless access point, WAP. Modern church organs, especially larger and more complex instruments, increasingly incorporate digital components, control systems, or even MIDI, musical instrument digital interface capabilities. These systems may require network connectivity for various functions, such as receiving software updates, undergoing remote diagnostics by technicians, being controlled via tablets or other wireless devices, or even for playing pre-recorded MIDI files. A Wi-Fi bridge or WAP like this would allow the organ's internal electronic systems to connect to the church's existing Wi-Fi network wirelessly. This eliminates the need for running a physical Ethernet cable, which can be difficult and unsightly in a historic church building, to the organ console or pipe chamber. The blinking light typically indicates network activity or power status. Discovered while out on a walk, this black plastic rectangular box features a tethered cap and is powered by a single 2032 coin cell battery. It possesses a strong magnet for attachment and has a single, or possibly double, metal prong concealed under the cap. An on-off button, which lights up red when pressed, is present, and there also appears to be a small bulb located under the cap. The device bears no visible branding or identifying markings except on the on-off button itself. What is this mysterious magnetic battery-powered device? This device has been identified in previous online discussions, as per the linked information in the original solution, as an anti-theft device, possibly manufactured by or for CIS Security Solutions or a similar company specializing in asset protection. These types of compact magnetic battery-powered tags are often employed as part of a broader security system for safeguarding valuable assets, merchandise in retail environments, or equipment. The metal prongs might interact with a sensor, trigger an alarm if tampered with, or be part of an electronic article surveillance (EAS) system. The strong magnet allows for easy and secure attachment to metal surfaces. The button could serve for arming, disarming the device, testing its functionality, or resetting it, and the indicator light, red when pressed, or the bulb under the cap, would signify its operational status or an alarm condition. These items are long metal sticks that are designed to be joined together section by section. The end of each stick features a two-piece twisting or screw-type mechanism that allows for secure connection to the next section. What are these sectional rods, commonly used for maintenance or clearing purposes? These are identified as drain cleaning rods, also widely known as chimney sweeping rods or sewer rods, depending on their specific application and attachments. They are sold in connectable sections, typically made of flexible yet strong materials like polypropylene, nylon, or spring steel, which can be screwed or twisted together to create a continuous, flexible rod of a desired length. Various specialized tool heads or attachments, such as plungers, brushes, augers, scrapers, or retrieval tools, can be fixed to the leading end of the rod assembly. They are used manually to clear blockages and obstructions in drains, sewers, pipes, ductwork, or chimneys by pushing, pulling, or rotating the rod assembly to dislodge debris, built-up soot, or other impediments. Their sectional design makes them highly portable and adaptable to different lengths and access challenges. Found stuck into the ground in a Colorado location, these objects are described as being green and round. Given their placement in an outdoor environment and their appearance, they are likely related to gardening, landscaping, or pest control. What are these specific green round items? These green round objects observed staked into the ground are identified as deer repellent stations, specifically those manufactured by the well-known brand Havahart. Havahart produces a range of animal repellents and traps. These particular stations are designed to deter deer from browsing on and damaging garden plants, shrubs, flowers, or young trees. The station typically consists of a green plastic casing, to blend with foliage, that holds a scent-based or taste-based repellent. The repellent, often in granular or solid form, gradually releases its deterrent properties over time. The station is staked into the ground in and around the areas that need protection from deer activity, creating a perimeter of unpleasantness for the animals. This small, yellow, ceramic, mug-shaped item, possibly an example of fiesta-ware pottery, was found by someone else, so its exact origin is unknown to the inquirer. Its diminutive size and shape are puzzling. Initial guesses by online commenters include a toothbrush holder. What is the most likely purpose of this small ceramic piece? This small yellow ceramic item is suggested to be a flower stem holder, most likely a wall-mounted bud vase designed to hold a single flower stem or a very small posy or spray of flowers. While its mug-like shape could potentially accommodate very slim, old-fashioned toothbrushes, its primary aesthetic and likely intended function, especially if it has a flat back or a hole for hanging, not specified but common for wall vases, leans towards a decorative miniature vase. Fiesta-ware, a popular line of colorful ceramic dinnerware, did produce a wide variety of accessory pieces, including small vases and novelty items. Without seeing specific features like mounting holes or the exact internal shape, it's a close call between a small, decorative wall vase for a single bloom or a holder for very slender items. Discovered in a bag of miscellaneous parts that was included with a used trail-a-bike, a type of tandem bicycle attachment designed for children, this plastic and metal piece could not be found or identified in the trail-a-bike's instruction manual. Since the trail-a-bike was acquired from a thrift store, it's possible this component was added to the bag by accident and is unrelated. What is this small, intricate mechanical component likely to be? This plastic and metal piece is identified as the internal mechanism, or guts, of an average pedal bike bell. A typical thumb-operated bicycle bell consists of an outer metal dome and an internal striking mechanism. This found component would usually be mounted on a small vertical axle inside the bell housing and is activated by a thumb lever. When the lever is pressed, it causes small metal hammers or rings, which are part of this plastic piece, to rapidly strike the inside of the metal bell dome, creating the familiar ringing sound used to alert pedestrians or other cyclists of the bicycle's approach. It's a common and relatively simple mechanism, easily separated from the bell housing. An inquiry is made about an elevated place in a house. The specific details of its appearance are not provided in this snippet, but its raised nature suggests it's a purpose-built platform or foundation for something specific, rather than just a general flooring feature. What could this elevated area in a home be intended for? This elevated place within a house strongly resembles a hearth pad, a platform specifically designed and constructed for a freestanding wood-burning stove or a gas stove to sit upon. These pads are made from non-combustible materials, such as tile, stone, brick, slate, or specialized prefabricated hearthboard. Their primary and crucial purpose is to protect the underlying floor and nearby combustible walls from the intense heat radiated by the stove, as well as from any stray embers, sparks, or hot ashes that might escape during operation or refueling. Building codes in most regions mandate such hearth protection for freestanding heating stoves to prevent fires and ensure safety. The raised design not only enhances safety, but also often defines the stove's dedicated space within the room. A new house reveals a cabinet door with a somewhat unusual internal configuration, or it might be a very narrow cabinet itself. The finder is curious about what this specialized storage space is designed to hold. Its specific dimensions or internal fittings, not fully described here, likely point to a particular type of kitchen item. This cabinet door, or more accurately, a narrow cabinet unit, often featuring such a door, is specifically designed for the organized storage of baking trays, cookie sheets, cutting boards, muffin tins, cooling racks, and other large, flat kitchen items. These specialized storage cabinets are frequently located near the oven or main food preparation area for maximum convenience. Internally, they typically feature vertical dividers, slots, or a series of narrow compartments. This allows these flat items to be stored upright on their edges rather than being inefficiently stacked horizontally in a standard drawer or deep cabinet. This vertical storage method makes it much easier to see, access, and retrieve the desired item without having to unstack multiple heavy pans. Observed on sidewalks in Toronto, these concrete structures are attached to or integrated with a small wall. Their deliberate construction and placement suggest a specific urban design purpose rather than being accidental formations. What are these small, purpose-built concrete features? These small concrete structures found on sidewalks, especially if they incorporate angled surfaces, ledges, or curves, and are associated with low walls, are very likely designed as miniature skate park obstacles or skate spots. In an effort to manage how public spaces are used and to provide designated areas for recreational activities, urban planners or local communities sometimes integrate these small-scale skate-friendly features into sidewalks, plazas, or park areas. This can serve to attract skateboarders, BMX riders, inline skaters, or scooter users to specific locations, potentially deterring them from using other street furniture like benches, handrails, or planters for performing tricks. These features might include small ramps, grindable ledges, manual pads, or other elements common in skate park design, scaled down for a street setting. Acquired in the Netherlands, this large wooden table is dated to 1893 and is distinguished by the unusual feature of having 12 integrated bowls carved directly into its surface. This unique design element is quite striking and suggests a specific traditional use or origin. What is the history or specific type of this antique table with built-in bowls? This table, despite its 1893 date, which might indicate its manufacture, is identified as a copy or replica of a traditional French farm table, sometimes referred to as a mange debout, literally eat standing, though these were also used seated, or more descriptively, a dough trough table with integrated bowls. A reference image of a similar table, sharing identical markings in wood grain, confirms this stylistic attribution. Historically, such tables were common in French and other European farmhouses. The integrated bowls, carved directly into the thick wooden tabletop, could have served various purposes: for individual diners in a communal eating setting, for sorting harvested produce, for preparing food, or even as part of the bread-making process, kneading dough in a larger central trough with smaller bowls for ingredients. The built-in bowls are a hallmark of this rustic and highly functional antique furniture style. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.